Good morning, Nuggets. It is your favorite TT from Divine Me 1111 Spiritual Guidance, and I'm going to do a TT Talks, and it's probably going to range from planetary alignments to just some random things that I've been dealing with. So we'll get into it. I hope that you all are well, and especially going through this next little bout where the end of the year, really closing out some things that no longer require your focus, but they require your I won't say focus. I will say they require your absence and your true ability to master not focusing on things that don't serve you. So, gonna go ahead and just jump into it. Pluto and Saturn have finally gone direct here in the last couple of days, couple of weeks in Capricorn, which Saturn is Capricorn's ruling planet. So it being retrograde was really asking us to look at earthly things that were either in 3D holding us back, or things in 3D that we needed to build on and learn from. And then now that it is gone direct, what have you learned, and pinpointing where to apply what you've learned. Capricorn is Capricorn is a direct sign. They are grounded, but if any of you know a Capricorn, you know that they can be stubborn. So Capricorn is a stubborn energy, but it's also ambitious and determined. So it's good to have that aspect, but it's also wise to understand its kind of every sign has an underbelly. Every sign has has those positive aspects and traits and the negative aspects and traits. And so when those planets such as Pluto, which is the ruling planet of Scorpio, it deals with that deep emotional depth and sort of underground death and rebirth. It being in Capricorn and being direct is now again, as Saturn, bringing up that energy of, okay, these are the things that you needed to heal. And it brought up a lot of emotional issues, probably some childhood things that needed to be addressed. But now that both of those planets are direct in Capricorn, it speaks more to, okay, this is what we've had to look at. This is what we've had to come into understanding of about ourselves. All right, now, what do we do moving forward? Since we've looked at these things, how do we apply that moving forward? And it's going to be beneficial. Of course, learning things and getting information is very beneficial for us, and it helps us to flow easier in our purpose. So wherever Capricorn is in your natal chart, take a look at that. Wherever any of the signs, take a look at your natal chart. Natal chart, numerology is also important. I have not gotten into that yet, but it's interesting. It's very interesting. people who have come into awareness of this particular phase of their spiritual journey probably have been seeing repeating numbers and numbers that mean something to you. So have a look at that. Go within yourself, one, when you see a repeating number or something that reoccurs, go within yourself and think to yourself, one, what am I thinking about at this moment? What was I doing at this moment? And then get that understanding for yourself, not just going to the computer and, looking it up. Of course, do that. Do as much research as you can for yourself personally. But also take the time to see what it is God is trying to tell you through that repetition, through those numbers, through that line of activation. But definitely have a look at your natal chart. That will be one of my services once I have myself mastered it, because I think it is very important for us all to know not only the first three, sun, moon, and rising signs, but it's helpful to know what your Venus sign is, to know how your feminine energy is impacted and how you project yourself when it comes to Venus, which is love. Jupiter, it matters how the planets and the placement of the planets in your birth chart at the time you were born, it helps. So I am looking into that for myself, and I recommend that you do it also. It's very interesting and informative about yourself. Something else. Oh, yes. I don't remember if I said this or not, but yes, Mercury is retrograde. Goodness. Where's I have notebooks everywhere. And of course, it's not on the page I need to. But anyway, Mercury is retrograde today, starting tomorrow. The shadow phase has already started. Starting tomorrow, Mercury will be full retrograde. So that is speaking to communication and understanding and making sure you go over the details when you are communicating with others and having understanding within yourself. So be mindful of that. Mars is still retrograde in Aries, so be mindful of triggers. Be mindful of people trying to test your gangster. And some will do it unintentionally, because not everyone is aware, but others will do it intentionally because they themselves don't necessarily know the aspects and things that are going on, but they know that it does something. And for those who do operate in that energy, if someone is pleased or happy with someone else not being happy or in their highest vibration or getting what it is that they want, there's something wrong with that. And yes, I'm saying that there is something wrong with that, because it is. Not being happy for someone else because you want them to be in the same energy that you're in because you're miserable. Sorry, my misery don't love company, and I don't invite people. So I don't go to other people's parties as well. We'll talk about it. And this is also how I do my readings. we'll talk about it, and we'll have, if need be, more than one session. But if what we're discussing is not built upon, then that is a person that I feel is not trying to learn, not trying to grow, not trying to expand for themselves. And if that is the case, then there's nothing more that we can talk about, because what I do is for healing. That is my purpose. That should be the purpose for anyone who is in the spiritual community, my opinion. If not, and it's just for you to make money, okay, whatever. But be sure to be accurate and at least be trying to help. That to me is what is paramount and most important. And if I'm not feeling that I am in the right space to do so, I won't. Because again, that is opening ourselves up to energies that we don't have the capacity to work with. So that's just my personal opinion. Also, it is necessary, very necessary, to again be mindful of triggers. Be mindful of things that are meant to draw you into a lower frequency. Be mindful of people who are trying to draw you into a lower frequency. Be mindful of other people's frequencies. Yeah, okay. Sorry, my blankets and the shot not really not that big. But yeah, be mindful of that. Notice patterns within your connections and communications and within yourself. Notice your own thought patterns. Notice when you have a feeling or an emotion that is not of a high vibration, what triggered that. So therefore you can not learn to avoid, but learn to recognize and be aware of it, so that you know how to master that within yourself. There was one other thing, and I thought I wrote everything down. Something came and then went. But yes, it's just it is very much time to be mindful of certain patterns with people. I notice things, and that's it. When you have started to get on this journey and get on your journey of raising your frequency and being in a vibration that is expansive for yourself, when you raise your frequency, notice what comes to you, what's drawn to you. Notice, especially when it's retrograde, notice your thoughts, because of course not only are your thoughts becoming things, your thoughts are triggered, and they can also be tapped into, especially when you are in connection with another person who is gifted and intuitive. Notice when energies come around and how your energy shifts when those energies come around, when things are brought up, so that again you know how to, one, engage, and two, manage your emotions, so that your interactions are always on an upswing, no matter what the situation is. You're always we're students at all times. We are students, and we are always learning. We are always expanding and growing, even if we refuse to. The seed has already been planted. So how it grows is your choice, is on you. Um, I am very much a person that wears their emotions on their sleeve. Not only have I been told that, um, I have been, I don't hide it anymore. Um, it is comfortable for others when you hide your emotions, or I've been told that you wear your emotions on your sleeve, and that therefore people know how to manipulate you. Well, let's try this. Let's try people wearing their emotions on their sleeves, and then other people not using that to manipulate, rather than me learning how to not emote. How about you learn how to treat me when I am emoting? Or you learn to also emote comfortably. You see what I hope that's making sense, because when you express yourself to someone and tell them, "Hey, I feel this way," that person does not have the right to tell you, "No, that's not what I'm doing." Again, I believe we've had this part of discussion before, but no one has, and I have to say this to myself, I'm talking to me too. No one has the right to say, "That's not what I'm doing. I'm not making you do anything. I'm not making you feel anything," when they are expressing themselves. They don't have the right to say that. Now, they can say that it wasn't their intention to cause that emotion there, and then they can clear it up, and then you can move forward. But to negate a person's emotions because you were doing something else or saying something else, or that was not your intention, but that's how they took it, and then you just say, "Oh well," and just drop it and don't speak about it again, that's dismissive, and nothing gets done that way. That is also a form of manipulation and trying to control or be controlled or what have you. So I have found myself in the habit of being okay with having that conversation with someone, and then if the conversation does not go to a place of calm and understanding, I'm okay with walking away, because I know that I attempted to engage in conversation to resolve the issue, rather than just saying how I feel, taking in how the other person feels and what they're trying to say, but also validating my own feelings. I know that there are a lot of people that don't do emotions and don't do feelings because they get hurt easily. I am very, very sensitive. I do get hurt easily, but I also know how to pull back when it's not for me. So that also is something that I am learning about myself, and how to better articulate and communicate. Let's see here. Is there anything else I'd like to discuss at this moment? God, what else is there? I most definitely acknowledge a power higher than myself. I am a goddess with a little g. Um, I do know that my DNA is God born, God breathed. I know I am still here because it is allowed, and I am still here with purpose. So, um, addressing who I am and who I believe I am to be and who we all are is very important to me. It's very powerful understanding of self that we come into. So, reverence of something outside of yourself, yes, but reverence that also God is within, because you're still breathing, you're still sucking wind, you still have something other for you to do that is not just for yourself. We don't heal just for us. Yes, it is triggered to help us to become whole within, but it is also there to help guide and show others to wake up to their gift, but also the ripple effect. When you heal yourself, when you heal something within you, you don't necessarily go and shout it and tell it to people. It becomes visible, and then you are asked, okay, well, how did you do this? And there it is that you did not do that just for yourself. I don't create jewelry just for myself. Yes, I do it because it's fun and I enjoy it. But I also make sure that when someone asks for something, that it is specific to them and it's to help them. That is my purpose. That's what I'm here for. I am here to help others. And that is what we all should be here for. We are all drops in the ocean. We are all drops in the ocean. We all contribute to the greater whole. That is our purpose. It is to love and be loved, to show and be shown, to teach and to be the student. So I'm going to leave that there. Thank you all so much for those who are a part of the Divine Me 1111 community. I appreciate you. I love you. My baby wants to say hi. They're my baby. They're my big. It is a pleasure and a joy. It is a task that I didn't realize what I was doing already, but it is something that I enjoy. It is something that it's a wonderful thing when you see someone who has embraced their consciousness and their understanding, and then they've taken it and gone on with it. That's what medicine is supposed to be for. That is why everything on the earth is our medicine that prescribes stuff. We won't even go there. But everything on the earth that is in the earth, that is of the earth, has a cure, has a purpose. Look it up. Find out. If you don't know, ask someone who you believe does. Learn together. Bring things together for that purpose. Okay? My information is down in the description box if you would like to get in contact with me for a personal reading. Any of my other platforms, that information will also be down in the description box. I thank you all for those who have purchased various items and services from me. I thank you again. I love you all, and I send you blessings and light. Take care.